Some of you may have noticed that I haven't shown my face on here for 2.5, maybe 3 weeks. But we, 2.5 weeks ago, took a family vacation for a week. On that Friday when we left, my husband ripped apart his right arm, his bicep and tendons just ripped and gave way. So upon returning from vacation, he immediately had to go and have a surgery to repair that. Otherwise, he would have had very limited function of his right arm. And we certainly didn't want him to have to deal with only 40 to 60% usage of his arm. So the surgery was definitely something worth taking the risk on to hopefully get it at least up to 90% usage. So the last week, we've been working on getting him recovered to a point where he could go back onto desk duty at work, which is today his first day back. So I've been busy. Not all planned stuff, but life happens and we kind of have to roll with the punches. And I'll be honest, right now I feel like I'm sinking in a lot of ways. My husband's got a long recovery road ahead of him, so the things that he would normally take care of around the homestead are now my responsibility to take care of, with guidance and instruction from him on some of it. But before he had injured his arm, we were also in the process of replacing flooring downstairs in our house. So we ripped out carpet, we were putting down some new flooring. So those projects are undone. My house is an entire hot mess. There's empty boxes of flooring laying around, furniture all crammed into one room, paths through other rooms, pellet stove out in the kitchen. And I don't know how long it's going to be that way. It's going to be a little work to get everything put back in order, but there are also the time sensitive things like garden harvesting and stuff that is now, it's that time of year. And if you don't harvest properly in time, then all that work that you put in, it goes to waste. You don't want it spoiling, so you have to really prioritize. But it was interesting because the Lord gave me a dream last night, and in this dream, it was at like a gymnasium, and there was a church service going on in this gymnasium, and I was pacing back and forth, praying in the Spirit, because it was clear to me that they were expecting me to preach that morning. And I'm pacing and I am praying in the Spirit, and I'm just praying in the Spirit, and I can feel nervousness rising up in me because I was completely unprepared. I don't know if they had notified me ahead of time or not, and I just showed up unprepared. That's not like me. But whatever the scenario was, plop, this is where I started the dream at. And I just was like, Lord, I was struggling with not having a download from the Lord on what I was going to say. Like, I am going to step up there and have nothing to say, and just kind of having that nervousness set in. And in a lot of ways, I'm feeling that way now in life, that I am looking at my surroundings and what is around me. And it's like, if I allow it to, and this is where it is key to take all those thoughts captive, if I allow it to, it completely overwhelms me, because I look around and I see everything that needs to be done, plus my regular work that I do, and I think, how can I get this all done? There is no way I can get it all done, because we're already coming up on August, and before long in New England, the weather starts getting cold, and then you're into fall and winter prep mode, and it's like time is flying so fast, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's feeling that right now. But I really felt that the Lord is just bringing me through a process of, one, trusting Him that each day He is going to give me what I need to get through that day, to accomplish the things that have to be done that day. And being okay with letting those other things go. Like my house being a disaster area right now really bothers me, but I know that those aren't as time sensitive as taking care of the garden or helping my husband with harvesting all the honey that he's got coming in right now and getting that bottled and jarred and everything that needs to happen with that. I can put my house, as much as I would dislike to, back in order when the weather's colder again. I'm hoping it really doesn't come to that point, because I don't even have, if somebody came over, I don't have a table to sit down at with them to like, let's have a cup of coffee. It's sad. It's hard for me, but I'm having to just learn to let those things go and trust the Lord and know that He is just like in that dream. Well, I never got to a point of where I actually stepped up on the stage, but just trusting that even if it's at the last minute, God's going to give me what I need. He's going to give me a download. He's going to give me revelation. And I'm walking through that in a different sense right now, because you're not prepared for accidents like this when they happen. If we were, we certainly wouldn't have planned a vacation when he got hurt. Not the kind of time off that you're looking for. So I just want to encourage you, if you are in a phase of life right now where you feel like you are drowning and you are overwhelmed, to really just seek the Lord above all else. There was one day that I didn't get my morning time with the Lord just because I was up all night with making sure the medications were getting to my husband so that he wasn't in severe pain. And I didn't start my day with the Lord like I normally do, what is my pattern. And I'll tell you, I was in tears that day. It was a hard day. I was like, I just don't know how I'm going to do this. How am I going to make it through this next week with just keeping on track and schedule and trying to keep him comfortable and not in pain? And I noticed such a difference that day just in my emotional well-being. And we know the enemy just loves to attack when we're overwhelmed, we're weary, we're physically tired, and we have to make sure that we're taking the time also to take care of ourselves and have that time with the Lord. We may be lacking on sleep and different things, but if we push that time with the Lord to the side because of everything else that's going on, that's not healthy for us. That's not going to sustain us through the day, and much less through the week, for the Lord to be able to impart to us what He needs to impart to us for each day. So make sure you're taking that time with the Lord. I am even more so now. It's like I have to. Just that one day without, it was like, my gosh, Lord, I really do need you each and every day for everything, and having that reliance on Him and walking blind, not knowing what each day is going to hold, but just believing that He is going to impart to me everything that I need to make it through that day and be a blessing to Him and to those around me. So be encouraged, be blessed, and have a wonderful day.